So you want to know why Jade Cargill left AEW for WWE? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, the definitive edition, everything you wanted to know from Jade Cargill herself, because I've been covering pro wrestling for the last decade for some of the biggest wrestling news sites out there. I've followed Jade Cargill's journey from debuting in 2020, teaming with Shaq against Red Velvet and Cody Rhodes on an episode of Dynamite, her winning the AEW TBS Championship, her dominant reign as champion, her shocking defeat to Chris Statlander at Double or Nothing 2023, her going on hiatus, returning only to put over Chris Statlander again, leaving, signing with WWE, and making her big return to the ring and making her WWE debut at the Royal Rumble before being called up to the main roster and doing great things with Bianca Belair as the women's tag team champions. Because I've covered this before, I'm sure I will cover it again, but I also wanted to make it very, very clear and a real resource for fans out there. Okay, why did Jade Cargill leave? And the way I look at it, I wanted to piece it in two different directions. I wanted, and I'm going to cover her quotes from an interview in September of 2023 and then a recent interview on Busted Open Radio, which gives you really the most in-depth point of view for Jade Cargill of why she left and everything that led up to it, because I think it's very interesting. If you look at what AEW and Tony Khan were able to do with Jade Cargill, they did a very, very good job at setting the foundation, right? They set up the winning streak. They set up the championship run. They set up dominant title defenses over and over and over with someone who had a ton of charisma but also lacked the in-ring knowledge and was extraordinarily green inside of the ring. And then you go and you sign with WWE, which right out of the gate they made her a huge star. And they told you she was going to be a huge star, and you should just understand she was going to be a huge star. And the Royal Rumble appearance and her main roster debut and her run with Bianca Belair, that has all been calculated. And throughout her time in wrestling since 2020, she's only gotten as bigger of a star as possible, right? Once you think she hit her ceiling, she smashes it and she goes up another notch. That's what Jade Cargill has been able to do throughout her career and especially in WWE. So let's start it off with the 2023 interview. Now, she was on the Ring of Wrestling podcast and she talked about it and she said, I feel like I was in preparation for the grand stage. I felt like this was always the mission. The shoe fit. It was always going to happen. It was all expected. She said, one thing I am is a businesswoman, and the best route for me at the time, WWE is a great company. But I took what I had and I bet on myself, and the outcome obviously paid off. Then she also talked about wanting to build a legacy. She said, I want to create a legacy. I want to be in the Hall of Fame. I want to wrestle the best women in the world, and there's no grander stage than this stage. The opportunities are endless for this company. It's a no-brainer. It was very welcoming. I didn't have any second thoughts about it. It was just a very easy choice. I want to work with amazing women who hold the main belts. That's one of the things that I really wanted to do. A couple of them had reached out to me and wished that they had a match, and so I did as well. And I could have gone on the mic with a lot of those ladies, but TV time is short, and we all want to work together. In regards to whether or not she had a ceiling in AEW, she said, I wouldn't call it a ceiling, or I wouldn't say it was a ceiling, but I would say the route that I wanted was different. The route that I wanted to embark on was different. I didn't see over there where I could have did it. The only way I could have done it was coming to WWE, so I bet on myself and I made the best decision, by coming here. I'm here to create footsteps for the next generation. I want to see little black boys, little black girls, kids looking up to me, and there's no ceilings. I wear the shattered glass because I'm here to break glass ceilings. I want to create nothing but special. I don't want there to be no boundaries. I want us to go out there. I want us to excel, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so that was that. Now, in a recent interview with Busted Open Radio, it was about in April. This is what she had to say in regards to why she left AEW. And I think this gives a little bit more light to the situation. This is what she had to say. The machine is ridiculous over here. The connections, the history, the legacy, it's one of one. AEW was a company That was new. They're still figuring things out, but that happens in every company, right? You have to figure out what's good and what's bad. I'm 31. I don't have time to grow with a company at my age. I have to establish, I have to be in an established company. And I have to go over there and let that be known because you can't do this forever. As a woman, especially in your 30s, the majority of the fan base is like, okay, it's time for her to go, be about her way. What's her next? Then she talked about how she has to be a draw. I have that charisma. I have that aura a lot of people don't have. That comes naturally, and that's something that's not taught, and everything else is taught. Again, I put my head down, I do the work, I'm very respectful, I go to work, I leave it all on the mat. End quote. So I thought the latter gave a little bit more in depth on why she left. And it just comes down to, look, WWE's been around for over 50 years. AEW has been here for 5, right? Like that's just, it boils down to that. And I understand that WWE is in a boom period right now, and AEW is on the decline. They're struggling. They're taking on water. AEW is going to be here in 10 years. It's going to be here in 15 years. It will be here as long as Tony Khan is willing to pump millions upon millions upon millions of dollars into this company, into this venture. I don't think he'll ever sell. Although a lot of people never thought Vince McMahon would sell, but oh, how times have changed. If you look at the landscape of the pro wrestling business from 2019 to 2024, it is night and day for both promotions. Whether it be creatively, whether it be the look of the show or the product, the booking of it, everything is different. And some people will take that as a good thing, some people will take that as a bad thing. Either way, I think Jade Cargill, she had a great run in AEW. Sure, she could have been women's world champion. I still am bummed that we never got her and Britt Baker. I think that was a missed opportunity on AEW's part. I thought they could have drawn some money on that. Hell, that could have been a pay-per-view main event. All right, they could have done that as especially if you had Jade Cargill as the TBS champion during her dominant reign, and then Britt Baker with the title, right? Title for title kind of thing. I thought they missed an opportunity there. But I think at the end of the day, Jade Cargill made the best decision for herself, for her family, and for her career. And if she's happy with the decision, then I think those who support her, those who are fans of her, should be happy with the decision as well. I think Jade Cargill is a future women's world champion in WWE. I think she has the potential to have a Hall of Fame career. She is a unicorn in the pro wrestling industry. She looks different, she acts different, she is different. And when you have a lot of special attributes in that way, I think you can go a very, very long way as long as you hold up the end of your bargain and WWE continues to book you as a top star. And with that being said, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video.